What's good, Commanders fans? So the Commanders lose 15-17 against the Ravens. I said they were going to lose 24-21, so I wasn't too far off. And the Ravens continue their winning streak of 23 wins in a row. It's like, who cares? But the Ravens obviously care. They win preseason games. That's what they do. I hope their mascot Poe is okay. I hope he's okay. I heard he had a knee injury or something like that, or a leg injury. Hope the mascot is okay. I hope he's all right. Playing a football game at the halftime show with some kids. I hope he's okay. But major takeaways from this game, not many. Sam Howell looked good. I like the way he played, man. Let's look at the numbers for Sam Howell. Sam I am 24 for 35, 280 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Got sacked 5 times, so that's the big thing too. But I said I wanted to make a video for you guys. I just got back in. I watched the game. Went to an all-white party, so I got back and was finally able to watch the game. So I wanted to just get the video out to you guys now instead of the morning, whenever it comes out to you guys. But I thought Sam looked good. We'll just do position by position. Quarterback, I thought Sam looked good. He played the whole game, rightfully so. Like I said in my previous video, we know what we're getting from Taylor Heineke and then Carson Wentz. You didn't want to put him out here because the Ravens had their guys. Like Kyle Hamilton didn't play, Marcus Peters didn't play, a lot of their starters, Calais Campbell didn't play. So you don't really want to put your starters out there against second and third string guys, especially if they don't perform well. It looks bad. It would look bad on Carson and our offense. You don't want to risk injury either. Same thing on the defensive side of the ball. Lamar didn't play. Tyler Huntley barely played. Jamin Davis looked okay in that one series. Ben St. Juste, I thought he looked fine. He had a nice pass breakup in that one series. But from a quarterback standpoint, I thought Sam Howell looked good, man. 24 for 35, 280 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, 102.1 quarterback rating. He made some really tough runs, some escapability, showed some toughness, some moxie, threw a nice pump fake and then ran. Didn't get the first down, but set up a 4th and 2. Then they converted that. Sam I am, man, he made some really good throws, man. He set up a nice pass at De'Ami Brown. And they connected 10 times out of 10. They're connecting on that at UNC, but this is not UNC anymore. And De'Ami Brown, I don't know what's going on with him, but I don't know if he has the yips or what. But man, he's been super underwhelming here. I don't know. He reminds me of like Devin Thomas, or who was the other wide receiver that we drafted from Oklahoma. I can't remember his name. Brandon Kelly or something. Malcolm Kelly. It was Malcolm Kelly, right? One of those guys. He's reminding me of them, man. Just so talented, but just very underwhelming as a Washington player. And it's only his rookie. This is his second year. And like I said, in my previous video, I said too, he needs to play this whole game because we need to see more of him. I know he had one spectacular catch against Trayvon Diggs, but other than that, we haven't really seen much from him. We haven't seen much. And I know it's not all his fault, but that drop was his fault. He had 2 drops right in his hands like a snake, right in the breadbasket. It hit him in the worst place possible, his hands. He like kind of jumped before the ball came. I know it wasn't the easiest catch in the world, but just no excuses. You got to bring that down, man. And he's a lock to make the roster, but honestly, I don't know who you would like put over him if they cut him. I don't think they will. 3rd round pick from last year, just super talented, has the speed and all that, all the stuff that you want in a wide receiver that can make a big play. He has the ability to do that, but he just hasn't put it all together. And those drops are just really worrisome. I mean, he heard footsteps, the one over the middle, and he just clearly dropped the football. Like, it's just inexcusable. Like, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm rooting for De'Ami, but stuff like that, Cam Sims is above him on the roster, on the depth chart, to be honest. It's not even a debate. It's really not. Sam, the only thing I didn't really like is the 4th down play. I don't know, the play calling or whatever to Matt Cole. Didn't really like that. He took a couple sacks, but he was under duress the whole game. The offensive line, like I said, it's the 3rd string, 4th string. Some guys are not going to make the roster. He was under duress the whole time. He got sacked 5 times. I thought he did the best of what he could do, getting out of harm's way and just shaking and baking, making something happen, and getting first downs off of running. 6 yards here, 7 yards here. He made some tough runs. Running backs, Jared Patterson, I thought he looked really good. He looked really good. 11 carries for 47 yards, 4.3 yards per carry. He looked like the Jared Patterson from last year. I don't think he's going to make the roster, but he'll definitely be on the practice squad. When they cut him, I really hope nobody else picks him up. I don't think anybody will, but I thought he did a darn good job. He did not get the start. Reggie Bonifon got the start. And Jared Patterson also did a good job catching the football out of the backfield. 4 catches for 45 yards, had an 18-yard catch as well. I thought all around Jared Patterson did a good job tonight. I was impressed, and I'm not surprised. I mean, PG County's own. There's something in the water. The guy can ball, man. He can play. We have a good amount of running backs. We have a lot of depth at the running back spot this year. And he has that natural vision too. Like, he's very shifty, can make guys miss. I really like Jared Patterson. I hope he can make the practice squad. That's what I'm hoping for him. Reggie Bonifant didn't make any explosive plays, but I do like the touchdown catch. You know, he did play with Carolina. He did play for the Panthers. He is a commander, did play for the Panthers with Ron Rivera. So I thought, you know, he got the start. Didn't make any, his longest run was for 5 yards. But he had a nice catch from Sam Howell. That's it for the running backs. Wide receivers, De'Ami Brown, I already talked about him. Marcus Michelle, he impressed me. I like what I saw from him. 3 catches for 41 yards. Had a long catch for 28 where the guy didn't touch him. He just got right back up and ran. Caught a couple screen passes here and there, some gadget plays that didn't really work much. But I really wish they could have, you know, connected more. I know him and Sam Howell had some miscommunication in the Chiefs game. But I like what I saw from Marcus Michelle. Dax Mills, steady Eddie guy. 4 catches, 37 yards, and a long catch for 21 yards. Was okay as a punt returner. We don't really have an explosive punt returner on the roster. Unless it's Jahan Dotson. I just don't see it. I don't see it from Dax. I don't see it from Alex Erickson. I don't see explosive punt returning ability from those guys. I see guys that can fair catch and catch the ball and not hurt you by muffing the punt and not going backwards, which is fine. You know, we've had guys that have gone backwards and guys that have muffed the punts in the past couple of years. So that's what you're going to get from these guys. Catching the fair catch and not fumbling the ball. That's what you're going to get. You're not really going to get much explosiveness from these guys, like, at all. Really at all. Matt Cole as a receiver, he did drop 1 pass. He dropped a 2-point conversion. But I thought he did a good job for the most part, except for dropping the 2-point conversion. I thought he was okay. I thought he was solid. Who else? Alex Erickson. I like Alex Erickson a lot. I thought he made a nice catch over the middle and did some things after the catch as well. So I don't know if he's going to make the roster. It's going to be tough with the wide receiver spot. Are they going to keep 6? Are they going to keep 7? We'll see. But I like Alex Erickson, man. He made some good catches. He had a 15-yard catch, too. Kendall Bland made a nice catch over the middle, too. I like what I saw from him from the tight end spot. Armani Rogers had 1 catch for 6 yards. So that's really about it for the receivers. Defensively, I'm going to look at my notes here, too. Now, some guys got cooked. DeJuan Neal, he kept getting picked on a couple times. And Danny Johnson got picked on a couple times. Demarcus Robinson, who used to play for the Chiefs, had a double move, a sluggo move. He did that to, what's his name? Not DeJuan Neal, but Danny Johnson. He cooked him for like a 40-yard easy touchdown. Then he high-stepped into the end zone. Then he caught DeJuan Neal for a deep catch, got him. So a lot of our corners were getting cooked. Christian Holmes struggled a little bit today. He was getting cooked up a little bit too. They kept targeting him on that right side. They kept targeting him like every time. So I thought he got cooked a couple of times too. Who else? Danny Johnson. I already wrote that down. De'Ami had to drop. Joey Sly missed a couple kicks. I was disappointed in him. He's missed a couple kicks this preseason. He's really worrying me right now. He's really worrying me. I think he's better than that Sly guy, but, you know, he's concerning me going into the regular season. Steven Parker had a missed tackle on a 1st and 20. He's a guy I've been rooting for to make the roster. Jeremy Reeves had a really nice tackle for loss. He's been flying around. I think he locked a roster spot for himself tonight by playing really well. I already talked about the Ben St. Juice had a really nice pass breakup. Dax Milne had a nice catch up the middle. I already talked about that. Any other notes that I had right here before we wrap up? Oh, Sam Howell had a nice tuck and run where he bounced off a couple guys. Sam Howell, he juked somebody, made somebody miss too. I like that a lot. Jared Patterson had a nice 4th and 1 run to convert. And, you know, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for guys to convert on those 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s. We know Antonio Gibson has struggled with that at times. 3rd and 8, Sam Howell did the pump fake and ran for 6 yards. Alex Erickson had a converting catch on 4th down. He's like the Adam Humphries of last year where he just moves the chains. He's a chain mover. Jared Patterson had a nice catch on a 2nd and 17. Corn Elder had a nice couple tackles out there too. I like what I saw from Corn Elder tonight too. Sam Howell almost threw an interception to Ardarius Washington. He has to be careful that there have been some times where he has thrown a football in harm's way. He did that in the Panthers game. Did it a couple times in the Chiefs games too. And then Ron Rivera with the challenge for the Reggie Bonifant touchdown. I thought he did a good job at that. That is some of the things where Ron sometimes he challenges the wrong things, and then sometimes he'll go for a 4th down when we really should just kick the field goal, or he'll just kick the field goal when we really should go for a 4th down. So he just kind of gets it backwards sometimes with his clock management, his game management for sure. Did I already talk about Christian Holmes where he was getting picked on a couple times? Percy Butler, I thought he was okay. Jamin Davis, I thought he was fine. I thought he did a solid job out there. DeJuan Neal was also cooked by Benjamin Victor. I almost missed that too. And that's about it, really. I mean, they almost called a pass interference on Christian Holmes, and then the pass was uncatchable. But honestly, the defense, they did a lot better today. I'll say that. I'll give them credit for that on third downs. It wasn't against a starting quarterback, so I can't really pat the defense on their back too much, even though it's a preseason game. The Ravens were 0 for 5 on third down. Yeah, they were 1 for 8 on third down. Sometimes they didn't need third down to really score and move the chains. They were just scoring on like first and second down anyway. So the stats are kind of misleading a little bit. But the Commanders were 6 for 16 on third down. They gave up 5 sacks. The Commanders had 0 sacks. I don't know if Shaka Tony played or not because we didn't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. The other guy, Anthony Brown, he was 15 for 19, 256 yards and 1 touchdown. Like, he was basically untouched the whole game. He did whatever he felt like doing, and he ran for a touchdown too. So he made it look really, really easy out there. So, yeah, penalties hurt too. The Commanders had 10 penalties. They have to do better with that. They did have the ball for the majority of the time. No turnovers, which is good for the most part. So that's really good. They had no turnovers tonight. But I'm happy the preseason is over. The Commanders are 0-3 in the preseason. The Ravens have a 23-game winning streak. So I'm happy the preseason's over. I really am. But the guys who stood out, Sam Howell, I thought he did a really good job today. I like what I saw from Jared Patterson. So, all right, you guys. Hail to Commanders. Peace.